Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Tuesday, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. Let's do a walk and talk this morning, and we'll cover a book summary. And the book summary is entitled The Dichotomies of Leadership, and it's written by an author named Jocko Willink. And it has a lot of interesting material in there in terms of just understanding how there are so many dualities, there are so many couplings at play out there, one working against the other. And the key point for me in this book is the importance of understanding your strengths, understanding your weaknesses, understanding the strengths and weaknesses of the people around you, and learning how to manage the interaction and the flow between the people in your team, and what brings out the best in you as a leader. And also to understand a very, very important point, that sooner or later our strengths may end up becoming our weaknesses, which is a very, very important observation, which very, very few people think, because a lot of people are very, very fixed in their ways, and of course they always think that their way is right. But what this book talks about is that the world is made up which impact everything we do. There's good and bad, there's strong and weak, there's fast and slow, there's right and wrong, there's up and down, there's left and right, there's white and black, you name it. Everything is happening and playing in the world at this point in time. But the important thing, I think, from this book is to understand is that we need to seek a balance and a right mix of each of these dualities. And depending on the situation, depending on the needs, then we should execute the dualities and fine-tune them, calibrate them to the solution, because different things or different volumes or different amounts of ingredients are required to solve different problems, and you can't have a one-size-fits-all mentality. There are no silver bullets in the world. There's no one right way or one right characteristic or one leadership style that works in all situations. They talk about the different leadership styles, and I always love the charismatic leader, the strong charismatic leader. But as they talk about in this book here, they also indicate that a strong and charismatic leader can also be a disadvantage, because what they do is they swap out and they squash other people in terms of allowing them to express themselves and to make the most of their skills. You often see it in relationships. You'll have an alpha male or an alpha female who is charismatic. They're fun to listen to, they're fun to be with. But that alphaness in their leadership style works with some types of people, but with other types of people it is very abrasive, and it puts them into their shell. So it squanders creativity. It causes people to go into their shell. It doesn't allow people ample oxygen to express themselves and to act freely without the fear of being attacked or being ridiculed in public. So they say that extroverts in some cases make great leaders, but in other cases, other situations, other environments, introverts actually end up being very effective leaders, which is quite interesting. So it just goes to show that there is not one size that fits all in terms of leadership, in terms of skills, and in terms of capabilities. Many years ago, when I was a young executive working in IBM, I came across a management technique and a management term which basically nailed it for me, and it's helped me throughout my life. It's helped me with my parenting, it's helped me with my relationships, it's helped me with virtually every aspect in my life. And the management style that they talked about as being the most effective is the one called situational management. And situational management calls for doing whatever is required in that particular situation to get the job done. So it's being strong, it's being weak, it's being hard, it's being soft. It all depends. It all depends on the situation, and it all depends on your assessment as to what the best way of solving a problem is. Because we all know, and we've all learned over the years that there's many ways to skin a cat. There are many ways to cook rice, for example, and it all depends on what sort of outcome you're looking for, what the time pressures are, what resources you've got available to you in order to assess the correct way of getting it done. So, in my many years as a martial artist, I also learnt that martial arts, Goju-Ryu for example, the style of karate that I did for many years, is based on hard and soft, fast and slow. It's about taking these movements, taking these strengths, because as we said, a strength, if you're an attacking fighter and your opponent is also an attacking fighter, then you're going to cause each other big problems. The best fighters or the best leaders are the ones who can shape their response to the requirements or to the type of job. If you come across an attacking fighter, then maybe the best form of response is to be defensive and to use their attack to your advantage, and vice versa. So I learnt those skills in martial arts. You know, there are some times where you need to go hard, there are some times where you need to go soft. And in rugby league, we saw the grand final over the weekend. You know, the football players have calls in the game of when to amp it up and to go really, really hard, and when to back it off to get a breath and to get back in sync. And like everything, you know, we need times of rest and we need times of activity. You know, you can't be on the go all the time. You've got to learn to balance in order to get the best out of your resources. Anyway, I think that's about it for today, but a wonderful book with some wonderful messages, the dichotomy of leadership and the importance of understanding that we need to think and assess. We need to have ourselves trained and to be able to make a call. And when you make a call, you stick to that call. But you've got to understand that your strengths, or what you think is your strength, may become your weakness, especially when your opponent has done their homework on what they think your strength is. You may be lulled into an attack, or you may be tricked into a false sense of security. So you've got to be careful. You've got to be able to read the situation and to employ and to deliver situational management, situational solutions to problems, and to be able to flip and flop between one solution and the other until you get the right solution. And to remember that the type of solution or the type of activity that you need to take will depend on the timing. You don't want to go too hard too early. You don't want to start too soft for fear of being overrun. So you need to understand the dichotomies, the dualities of our lives, and everything has a hard and soft, a fast and slow. You just need to take it into your stride and understand that these things are available to you. You're not weak if you're introverted, because an introverted leader may be a strength in some situations, some management situations, and vice versa. Other times, the situation may call for strong and charismatic leadership. So have to think about that. Let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and let's take a few of these lessons from this wonderful book, The Dichotomies of Leadership, and understand that we must be mindful that our strengths, the things that we're good at, may at some times be a weakness, may cause us more problems than solve problems, and to be willing to change, to be willing to experiment, and to be willing to flip-flop depending on the situation to get the best outcome that you possibly can. Anyway, let's finish up, and I look forward to chatting to you again tomorrow at 5 a.m. from another location with hopefully another empowering message, an uplifting message, be it an experience, be it a book summary, be it an observation, be it a song. Who knows what it's going to be, but I look forward to joining with you on a little walk and talk, a volta, and spending some time together, because it's these shared moments in our lives which are the most powerful and which are the most fun. Anyway, take care, yasas, and bye from James.